All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Edric with Bold Realty. Thank you for joining us in today's session. I'm super excited. We have Mr. Willis on the call. He actually goes by Willis, which is his last name. I think that's pretty cool. But Willis has been with us for a few short months and is already creating a name for himself, specifically in video marketing. And he learned from nothing to now he's at a point where he has started to put some content out there and it's starting to pay off for him big time. So I asked Willis last week, I was like, look, can you share with us what's helped you, especially now that you're still kind of in the beginning stages, so that maybe we can implement some of this into our business. And yeah, Tricia, just maybe try logging out and logging back in. That happens with my computer too, where my camera doesn't work sometimes. But at any rate, so yeah, he was more than happy to share with us what he has been doing, and I'm super excited to hear what he has to say. I'm gonna have to pop out actually because I have another meeting to jump in, but I'll pop back in as soon as I can. And remember to make sure you guys plug in and try to learn at least 3 things that you can implement into your business so that you can increase your followership. That's really what you're trying to do. You're trying to gain an audience because that's where business comes from. It's not about specifically selling a house through video marketing. It's about getting awareness, creating awareness, and creating a followership so that you can build contacts that you can eventually sell houses or do real estate transactions with. So anyways, without further ado, I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Willis. Take it away.
Thanks, Edric. Appreciate it. Again, my name is Michael Willis. I work with Edric in the Bold office with EXP. And what you should do, you should definitely bring a notepad and a pen, because I would highly suggest you taking a lot of notes, because I'm going to be giving you a lot of information. A lot of information that I wish that I knew when I first started doing this, because this would have helped me, and it would have made more better my skills when it came time to actually film and record. So first off, I want to get into the why. Why is video marketing good? I wrote down a couple of things, and I think it's that people are more likely to trust you because they're going to be able to interact with you. They're going to be able to see you, hear you, compared to just looking at a picture of you. So it's a lot different. And another thing too is that they'll actually be spending more time with you too, because if people look at a picture on Instagram, on Facebook, they're only going to be looking at that picture for a couple seconds, and that's it. But if you post a video of yourself, of what you're doing, of your team, they could watch that video for as long as you make it. So if you make it a 3-minute video, they'll be watching you for 3 minutes. If you make it a 5-minute video, they'll be watching you for, roughly 5 minutes. And if you post multiple videos, now you have, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. So when they actually meet you for the first time, they're going to feel like they've already known you as a friend, as a person, compared to just seeing a quick picture of you, and that's it. And funny, actually, that's how I felt with when the first time I met Edric, because I looked at his Instagram, and he posted videos in his car, talking about the market, talking about real estate, and I checked them all out. So by the time I sat in his office, I was like, hey, Edric, it's like, you don't know who I am, but I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. Yeah. So I felt more comfortable, and I felt more open to talk to him, because it just felt like we're just, old buddies just kind of catching up, and he had no clue who I was. I was a complete stranger. And again, and also it engages too. It'll engage your audience with the laziest of people as well, to put it simple. Because people don't like to read long paragraphs. They just don't have time to. You might find a couple who'll reach out and who'll read a long paragraph of how your day is, of how the market is, stuff like that. But I feel like those people would have to be the ones that are really connected to you, would have to be one of your, your main followers that you have. It wouldn't just be the random person just kind of scrolling through Facebook and will stop and just watch you. I just don't think that'll be the case. And I feel like most of them will probably read a couple sentences and then move on if they're not intrigued within the first few words. And also, people really like to watch videos too. It's a big thing. That's why YouTube's huge. That's why you watch on the Instagram, on Facebook, you have all these reels, TikTok, because people like to watch videos and like to see how creative people can be in those videos. So let me get Tricia in here real quick. Boom. All right, welcome back, Tricia. So yeah, they're more willing to watch your video than read what you have to say and look at a picture. And it's also very cheap to do. It's so cheap. You know what my main camera is that I use? Is my iPhone. That's it. I use my iPhone XR. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, no new big high-tech equipment. And you can get great video and great image just off your iPhone. It's that easy. So that's the why. I want to get into kind of some tips on what you should be thinking of when you're doing your video, when you're making your video. So first things first, I would say put it in your schedule. Make it a priority, because then at that point, it shows to everybody else that you have made it a priority and it's something that's important to you. Every day I put it in my schedule, Monday through Friday. Now, if I can get to it, I will. Some days something comes up, I have to, be flexible, but I try to make a priority between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. to think about my videos, to think about my social media and what I can do next, how I can improve, sometimes even practice. And, but that makes it a priority so that that it is important to you. And another thing is that, like I said, you can switch it out. So if you can't make it 9 o'clock, if you can only do 9 to 9:15, that's fine. That's cool. Another thing is I want to get into is your body posture. So what to do with your hands, right? Like, what do I do with my hands? What I tend to do is I talk a lot with my hands. So I'll be like all over the place. You see me kind of point to the camera, doing this, doing that. What you don't want to do with your hands is that you don't want to like go too crazy. So like you're all over the place talking, because then you're kind of distracting from the viewer. They're trying to figure out what the heck you're doing rather than listening to you. But with your hands, you can emphasize what you're speaking about. It's just, and it's natural for me too. That's something that I do. I do talk with my hands a lot. Another thing too is your volume of your voice and your tonality. You want to make sure people can hear you. I would suggest when you're getting more into it and more comfortable with it, get yourself a microphone. A little plug-in microphone, that you can hook on your shirt. It's like $20 on Amazon, and that's it. Just so people can be able to hear you, because if you're outside and you're talking on your phone and you're like this and it's windy out, it's not going to sound great. People are going to be trying to figure out what the heck you're saying rather than being able to, take your information in. So grab yourself a microphone if that's something that you would like. I would say the biggest one is making eye contact. It looks a lot different right now because I'm kind of just looking at your guys' names. So I'm not really looking at the lens, but that's the number one thing that you should probably be doing when you are recording. It's something I didn't do my first couple of videos. If you go back and look, it looks rough. I had a very, very rough start on it, but I did it. I posted it, and I'll live with it. It's nice to go back and learn. But what you want to do is that you just want to look down the lens. You want to look right into the camera, because that way I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're just having a one-on-one conversation right now, just the two of us. And with that, it's a normal conversation too. When you talk to somebody, do you normally talk to them when you're talking like this the entire time, or like that the entire time? That's not realistic. That's not a real experience. That's just weird. So you want to look right into the lens. Huge. Highlight that one on your notebook, because that's big.
Yeah.
Another thing, like I just said earlier, speaking, don't speak to a group. Don't speak to a crowd. Speak to one person. Like, hey, I'm talking to you, Victoria. I'm talking to you, Tricia. It's just us two. Because when they view it, when they're watching it, they're not typically they're not sitting around the couch with their family and you're on the TV and you're a big star. No, they're laying in bed at night. They're like this. Oh, that's cool. Oh, all right. It's just them. You might get 50 views on your video. You might get 100 views on your video, 200, 300, 500, whatever. But you're not talking to a group of 50 people. You're not talking to a group of 500 people. You're talking to 500 individuals. That's what it is. So try to stay away from the words like, hey, everybody, how are we doing today? How's, just big words like that. So because you're not on a game show, this isn't Price is Right. You're not speaking to an audience, you're speaking to an individual. You're having that one-on-one connection with them. That's huge. You got to do that. Another thing that I have trouble on, that I need to work on, is my cadence. I'm a naturally fast talker, if you guys haven't noticed yet. And what I'll do is I'll try to slow my words down, just so you're not trying to figure out what I said 2 sentences ago, and then now you're completely lost, and then now you're trying to catch back up. So that's something I do. I even, one time when I was recording myself, I try to slow down the footage itself, actually, at one point, because I was just talking like an auctioneer. It was just ridiculous. So you want to slow it down. You want to have cadence. Try to avoid the ums and the uhs. I know it's hard, it's tough. I do a lot, but that's something we can all work on. And when you're trying to make a point too, when you're really trying to make a point, slow it down for sure. Just lean in a little bit, talk a little bit, lower your volume of your voice. That way they'll really like engage and you're like, oh man, something big's about to happen. So, like I said, work on your hands, on the bottom of your voice, eye contact, and speak to one person. It's huge. Another thing is that you want to have clear understanding of your video. So what's the message you're trying to get across to the viewer? That's really important because you want to stay on topic and you don't want to ramble off about some nonsense that has literally nothing to do about your video. So staying on point is absolutely big. And I just did something. 1 second. I was trying to add somebody in here and then my, okay, here we go. Cool. This is the show, everybody. This is the show. All right. See, like that, you just don't want to ramble off like what I just did. So just try to avoid that at all costs. Stay on topic and know exactly what you're trying to give to the viewer, and then know exactly how you're going to tie it up at the end as well. Like I was just talking earlier about equipment, about the microphone. But when you first start out, when your first couple of videos, just start with what you have. Start with your phone. Start with a different camera if you have another one. You don't have to get the light. You don't have to get the tripod, the microphone. You don't have to do any of that. Start with what you have. And then once you get more comfortable and once you're starting to get more momentum, and it's something that you know that you're going to be doing for long term, then you can invest into the tripod, the microphone, the light, because the lighting is huge too. I know I did talk on the microphone earlier, but the lighting is huge because you want people to be able to see you and hear you. So you want to be seen, you want to be heard. And then a tripod is just great because you don't want to sit there and make it look like a selfie the entire time. Another thing with your videos is you want to have structure. So you want to make like bullet points, you want to have a script, but you want to have some kind of structure to your video so you know exactly what the message you want to give across, but you want to know you want to, or I guess how I should say this is that you want to have some kind of flow to it. So what I did when I first started doing videos, I would do food review videos. And my first couple of food review videos, I had zero structure whatsoever. I went up there and I just winged the whole thing. It was a sight to see. Still on YouTube if you want to check them out. It's Taste of North Carolina is the name of it. But they're like a couple minutes long, and I just put the food in my mouth. I was like, all right, cool. That's great. All right, well, hey, I'll see you next week. And that was it. It was ridiculous. And then after a while, I was like, well, I got to have some kind of form. I got to know what I'm doing up there. And I also got to have some points I want to get across. So I made a structure to it. I made sure I had my intro. I made sure I had my intro. So I know exactly, 1 second. We have more people coming to the room. Sorry about this. And cool. So yeah, when I was doing my Taste of North Carolina videos, my food reviews, I had my structure. So I had my intro. Hey, this is Willis. This is Taste of North Carolina. Today I went to so-and-so restaurant and I got a pizza, I got a burger, I got whatever it is. And then I would go into my little intro video, some pictures of it. I had it all kind of laid out. Then I would get back into basically I'll talk about the restaurant. And after that, I would try the food. I'd review it. When I ate the food too, I always fast forward that part just because nobody wants to sit there and watch somebody eat. Honestly, it was kind of weird. And I had a microphone on so you could hear me chew. It was very disturbing. So I quickly fast forward to that part. And then after that, I would I'd try, and then I would give them my ups. So I would never be negative about it. I didn't want to be a negative Nancy. I would try to bring the power of positivity. So I'd bring my ups, like, hey, I like the style of the restaurant. That gets enough. I like the taste of the food. That gets enough. And then after that, I would go into what I'm doing next week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Then I'll see you again on Thursday. Boom. That was it. That was my structure. That's what I had. Every TV show's got structure. They all got the same. It's all the same format. And that's the same thing that you should probably be thinking of when you're doing your videos as well. Have some type of format. And with structure too, and with bullet points and with a script, you're also not going to miss out on any key points that you want to do and you want to add into it. So if there's any topics that you want to talk about, throw them into your bullet points so you know what to hit. And then also, don't be nervous too when you're making this kind of stuff, because you can always just edit the bad parts out. So if you're nervous or if you have to say or you have to stop and think of what you're going to say next, that's fine. That's totally cool. Just go ahead, hit the edit button, and no one will ever see it. It's gone. So that's the beautiful thing about editing, which we can get into that one later. Another one I have people always ask me questions on is the length of the video. How long should it be? Now, when you're searching videos on YouTube, so let's say you're looking to learn how to change your own oil in your car, and you want to watch a quick YouTube video on how to do so. Are you more likely to watch the one that's 20, 25 minutes long, or the one that's like 4 minutes and gets to the point? Probably going to watch a 4-minute one. If you don't get your information out of it, then you might sneak over to the 20-minute one and kind of fast forward until you get to the part that you want to know about. That's the same thing when it comes to the videos that you should be making. I'll probably stay away from 20-minute videos because the casual viewer isn't going to want to sit there for 20 minutes and watch your video. When then they can get the same information from somebody who's posting it for 6, 7, 8 minutes. So when I first started, my videos were right around 5, 6 minutes each. I noticed that the average watch time was right around like 2.5, 3 minutes. So I wasn't getting a long-term viewers. Even for a 5-minute video, I wasn't getting, not everybody was watching the entire thing. A lot of people were giving up halfway through, which sucked, but it is what it is. Now my new videos I'm making, my more real estate specific videos, those videos are getting right about 1 minute. I keep them right around 1 minute, anywhere between 45 seconds and like a minute 15. and that's it. I don't go into a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I try to keep them quick, easy, boom, done. So, and those watch times are way more. They're watching the entire thing, and they're actually learning something too from those videos as well. So it's more beneficial, and they're more likely to pass it on to somebody. Say, hey, watch this quick little 1 minute video. It's only a minute long. It's not that long. Rather than passing a 6 minute video on to somebody, and now that person's like, damn, like, all right, now I gotta commit. Oh, that sucks. And if you post on YouTube, you're gonna want to download YouTube Studios. What that tells you is on the analytics of your videos, how many views you get, what's the average watch time, exactly what point in your video are people dropping off and not watching anymore. So if you're having all your great information at the very end, but you notice it's kind of like drops off like right before the end, they're missing out on it. So many people are missing out. Because when I first started, I wouldn't really put too much EXP. I wouldn't put too much real estate stuff in my food review videos because I didn't want to make it sound like they're watching a. I want to make it feel like they're watching a intro, like a what's that, like a commercial, infomercial? Yes. And I didn't want to like insult their intelligence too. Like, okay, well, this guy's just making food review videos just to get his name out for real estate. Like, I'm not that much of a fool. And so what I would do is I would just say at the very end, and hey, this is Willis, EXP, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time. Boom, that was it. That's literally all I said. And I realized that nobody really saw that. Everybody was kind of logging off before I even got to that part. So most of the time, these guys had no idea I was even in real estate. Now, what I started to do was do that in the beginning because everybody was watching the intro. So when I introduced myself, I'd introduce myself as, hey, this is Willis, the realtor with EXP. Boom. Like that was great because then I got the message across. People knew. And again, that's called YouTube Studios. That's what you're going to want to get when you do go on YouTube and you start posting on YouTube. It's going to be really, really beneficial for you. And when you do YouTube as well, one thing you probably noticed too from just your own experiences is the hook in the beginning. So what they'll say is they'll kind of give you like a teaser of what to expect, and also stay tuned at the end because I have some important information for you. So that's something that you might notice, and that's something you should probably do too. It's literally on every single YouTube video out there. I see your hand raised, Victoria. Do you have a question, Victoria?
Yeah, actually, I have a couple questions. So
What's up?
I've tried the video thing, like, short videos, long videos, because I do see a lot of people's videos, whether it's on TikTok or like Instagram Reels, whether it's anything, like whether it's real estate or just something funny, a workout or anything like that. And when I find myself, whether it's my listings or even doing like walkthroughs and things like that, how did you get comfortable? Because I'll record myself, watch the video, and then I will never post it because I find myself as I'm making the video, even though I'm looking at my camera, like my eyes are like wandering. Like I feel like I'm all over the place. Like my face either doesn't look a certain way, I'm holding my phone the wrong way. Like I just feel like when even though I'm talking to the camera and nobody's there, I still feel like I'm not doing it or capturing myself in like a norm. I feel like I'm scared essentially. Like, how did you become comfortable with recording yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I still get nervous sometimes too as well. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm just completely like perfect and ready to go. Like when I made my video to invite you guys to my class, that was literally like my third take. Like it took me a couple times because I messed up my words. I was like, I looked at it again. I was like, wow, I sound like an idiot. So I'm going to delete that and no one will ever see that video and I'll make a new one. So what I found out is this going to be practice. Literally just practice. Because at that point, see, there's my at that point, you're going to just be comfortable with it. Once you practice and get more familiar with it, and then it's going to be no big deal to you. So your first 10 videos, they're going to be rough. Your first 100 videos are probably not going to be that great. But man, once you start doing a lot of it and you start doing it for a long period of time, it's just gonna be like riding a bike. It's gonna be a lot easier for you. When I first started my food review videos, I would practice with my lunch and I practice with my dinner twice a day. And I'll literally sit there and be like, all right, here's my lunch. It is leftover chicken from last night. I got it from the beautiful restaurant, which is my refrigerator, made up in the microwave. And it would just say dumb stuff like that. But I would practice and I get more familiar with talking and speaking on camera. And it's gonna take a while until you feel like you're really perfect. But at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. Like this, I felt like my entire time on this call too, like I've messed up words, I've looked off camera a lot. There's a lot of things I could go back and say, wow, I did that really bad and that was rough. But you also gotta look at your good parts too. Like, did you use tonality? Did you speak up? Were you making eye contact with the camera? So look at your goods, focus on those, focus on what you could do better. By the end of the day, it just becomes, you have to do it over and over and over again. It's like any sport you do. It's it's pitching a baseball. You might be horrible your first couple tries, but after a while, you get into the rhythm. You're like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I've been here before. This is easy. This is a piece of cake. So when you walk through your showings and doing that, yeah, it's gonna be weird, and you might have to walk around that house 100 times until you get that right video. But you're gonna want to practice a lot. That is probably one of the most number one things that you could do to be more comfortable on camera, honestly. Does that kind of help you out a little bit?
Yeah, it does. And when you do it, like, are you like right now, you're sitting in one spot. Have you found it easier to be sitting in one spot where or moving? Because I know sometimes, like I said, with listings or showings, I'm outside of the house or something like that. And I find out when I'm moving, of course, your tone is changing because you're walking. But I feel like when I start walking and talking or I'm outside, I just feel like I got like adult ADD and I start like wandering all over the place. Like I'm rambling. I use the word a lot. I start repeating myself. And then I'm just like, and about time I've taken like 15 takes, the client is there. And then I don't even have a video. And I feel stupid as my client is leaving. Like, I'll be right back. I got to go back and make another video.
So I don't really walk around that much when I do my videos. I always just stay still. Well, I move my hands a little bit and I kind of move my body, but I don't walk and talk at the same time. I did try it one time, honestly, and I thought it was kind of weird too, because then everybody, like the background's like background's here, and then it's there, then it's here. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna like take focus off of what I was saying, focus off me. So I normally just stay put. I have my camera stay still. Then I'll do some moving around. And what you could do too is that if you have like a tripod set up, you could just put your camera in the kitchen table or whatever, so it can show like the stove and the cabinets and all that. Then you could talk about that room, stop it, go to another room, go to the living room, whatever, and then you have the background with behind you with the with the fireplace or whatever's in the living room. And then you can talk about that. You can walk up to the camera if you want. You could be moving, but your camera and your background will be not moving at all. So that's an idea if you want to do something like that, then rather than walking and talking and then having the camera all over the place, because then it could distract from the viewer too as well. So
okay,
that's an idea.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because that's what I feel like. I feel like there's so much happening in the background. Like, of course, because you can see yourself in the video, I feel like people are going to get distracted, even though they're, super short, like, maybe like 50 minutes. I'm just saying where I am, the house, what I'm doing. But I just feel like it's so many distractions from myself. So I can imagine people that's actually watching it, the amount of distraction that they're having, because literally I can't even get through the video because my mind is like, is that a bird that just flew through my video? So I can imagine what they're thinking as they're watching it. So, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and you don't have to do all in one take too. Like, you don't have to do all one single take. You can do a scene, stop it, go to a new scene, new bedroom, new room, whatever. So you don't have to, then you just puzz them all together and that's it. So you don't have to do one take all the way through. Say a couple sentences in this room and get out of that room and like, cool. Kitchen's done. Perfect. All right, let's go to the master bedroom. All right. and we're on here. So then say your couple sentences, whatever you want to say, and then done. And then at the end, puzzle them all together, and you have a nice looking video. It's that easy too.
So do you, but when you do it like that, like, cause like I said, me watching, like you said you do, like you were watching Edric and his videos, but Edric just has like the perfect personality to make a video. I don't even think he takes multiple clips like the rest of us do. But
Yeah. He's a
like, he's just
superstar.
like every video, I feel like there's no way he's taking multiple takes. But like when you do it like that, like I've thought about that too, when you're walking in houses or like, cause I have a good amount of my buyers that are doing new construction. So we walk through all the time. And when you do that, stop in one room, show the cabinets, show the floors, and then you pause. So it's not a long run on video, because I know sometimes I watch the videos and then there's the walk through the hallway up the stairs, and all I hear is myself breathing all heavy like a fat kid, or like the stairs creaking. Like when you're doing all those pauses, how long will it actually take for you to kind of, I guess, blend the video together so it doesn't look like play, pause, so you can actually post it? Is that super time consuming?
Not really. I mean, so the app that I use to do my edits in is called Screencast-O-Matic. That is, and that way you can edit out in the middle of the video too. So if you do butcher your words, you can kind of cut out like a sentence if you want to, which it's fine as long as it's still like on pattern. It's not like overlapping each other. So Screencast-O-Matic, you do have to pay for it, but it's only like $20 for the year or something like that. It was kind of ridiculous, pretty cheap.
And you do all this on your iPhone?
I do some stuff on my iPhone too as well. I do Splice on my iPhone, and then my videos under 1 minute, they're all TikTok. And I just I take individual videos, upload it, and I cut the unnecessary parts, so like the ends off. So when I start and when I finish, I kind of cut those a little bit, so it's only where I want to begin, like the main part. Because there is gonna be that part when you do walk down the hallway, walk up the stairs, which is unnecessary. You don't really need to do that. But in Screencast-O-Matic, if you wanted to, you could fast forward that part too as well. Then there would be no sound and fast forwarding. And that way they can still see, I guess, they can still see the dimensions of the house, the layout of it, and check it out. But they're not going to be sitting there watching you walk up each stair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll be way faster. Because when I ate my food, I did not have anybody sit there and just watch me chew on a cheeseburger for 30 seconds, a minute, whatever it was. I sped that baby up to like ×3, ×4. So it was because nobody wants to sit there and just watch me chew food the entire time. So I would speed it up. So that's something you can do on Screencast-O-Matic. You can fast forward it, which is pretty cool.
So some programs are on your phone, and then some programs you have on your computer. So the videos are not only on your phone, you also, I guess, email them or upload them to your computer as well to do the editing.
Yep. What I do is that if it's small enough to transfer it over to my computer, and I might be doing this completely wrong, but this is what I do, and it does take some time. If it's small enough, I can send a Facebook message to myself of the video of the clip. Then I can download it to my computer. If it's a bigger one, I'll actually upload it to YouTube privately, so nobody sees it besides myself. And then I download that YouTube video to my computer. If it's too big, and then I can just puzzle them all together, work them all together. It's that easy. Yeah.
Can you post in the chat like all of those editing softwares and things that you use?
Yeah, for sure. So I already see one. Somebody posted the Screencast-O-Matic. So I'll post that right now. 1 second. So here's what I use. iMovie. I use the Screencast-O-Matic that's right there.
Hey, Willis, while you're plugging in your what you use, you just keep typing in the messenger box kind of what you're using so everybody can have that. But I just wanted to make a comment to Victoria's point, and thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. But the reality is I always mess up, and I used to sit here and try to record video over and over and over again, retake after retake, and never publish anything. And it wasn't until I said, you know what, I'm just going to put it out there imperfect, that I really started getting content out and started getting feedback. So to your point of, well, I don't, there's a bird flying in the background, people hear me breathing because I'm struggling to get up the staircase. That's actually what makes that content so interesting. The fact that you are who you are is, and it's not overly made up. If you over makeup, if you try to Hollywood every video you put out there, it tends to get old. I follow a few people, what I'll call celebrity agents, on like Instagram and stuff, and all that they put out into the world is very made up, so to speak. They have filtered it to death. The lighting is perfect. The sound is perfect. Their words are perfect. And you can tell there's been a couple shots or a couple retakes. And so the reality is, all of us on this call, what do we do to make a living? We sell houses. We're not video personalities. We're not, like Willis said, we're not movie stars. We're not Oprah Winfrey. All we're trying to do is we're trying to capture the attention of someone that may not know or may not have met us before, with a tool that allows us to send ourselves out to the universe to multiple people at once without having to schedule an event and spend money and sell tickets and whatever else we would have to do. Even sending out postcards costs money, but it cost me essentially nothing to make a video and to post it on Facebook. And if the content, what I'm talking about, is interesting and you can hear me clearly, and I don't ramble, like Willis said, and I stick to the point and I keep it short, then you're more apt to look at the next video I put out. So I just want to make that point, because you can get really lost really quickly in becoming a video editor. And the point is for you to actually be a content creator, not an editor. And as you get better, you'll go back and look at your first video you made and you'll cringe because it will be so terrible. And you, at the time, you would think you thought it was great. But, a year later, you'll see how much better it's gotten, but you're happy that you put that content out there, because at that point you got 3,000 views on it.
I'm so glad you said it like that, Edric, because I think that, like you said, I follow a good amount of people on Instagram on my real estate page, and they're all celebrities as well. And of course, me being a newer agent, that's kind of all I know. And so I follow them on Instagram, whether it's none of them are really on Facebook. But then, of course, I see some of the people on TikTok. And for some reason, a lot of the agents on TikTok are all on the West Coast. So, of course, West Coast, Texas, these houses are gigantic. But when I watch their videos, it looked like they might have taken, like, even when I'm in Clubhouse watching the video, not videos, listening to people talk, of course, they have groups about videos and stuff like that. Listening to how much time it takes for them to edit these videos and how perfect they are, it's discouraging for me, because I'm like, first of all, who has all that time to do that? And who has all that money to have 18 ring lights on so it's capturing the correct skin tone. So when you say that, it doesn't really matter how good the video is or what filter you're using, as long as what's coming out of your mouth is legit, people will still watch it. That makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the audience that you're capturing. You talked about those people on the West Coast, they're selling multi-million-dollar houses. They have this ego thing going on, and they're movie star agents, and that there's a place for that. Don't get me wrong. I would love to create that type of content, but when I do that, I'm going to hire a professional. I'm going to get a videographer to shoot the footage and edit it so I can continue selling houses. But if I try to spend my effort on perfecting my video image, if you will, then I'm going to get lost in the sauce and I won't have any closings, and then I'll really be hurting. So it's more important to reach my audience, and keep in mind the people you just said that you mentioned that you follow, they're almost intimidating. You wouldn't walk up to some of these people in the mall and say, oh my God, I watch your videos and can we be best friends? No, you wouldn't. But maybe if you saw me, you'd be more comfortable talking to me, because you're like, you put out some crazy videos and they're always funny or whatever. And, in your mind, you're thinking they're never perfect, but you always put out good content. I focus so much more attention on what I'm talking about versus what it looks like.
That makes it so much better. And now, like I said, because like you just said, I probably got 100 videos, that I've taken in my phone that I've never posted, because I see my video, and then of course I'll go and scroll on Instagram and I'll see one of those and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Like, I look like a rookie agent. Like, no, that's not gonna work. Somebody's gonna be like, oh, she's definitely just got her license 3 days ago. So yeah, now that you said it like that, it makes it so much easier. I mean, I'm still not gonna post those, but now when I make a video now, it's more comforting to know that you don't really have to have all that or do all that for people to actually watch your videos.
Yeah. Just post it. Don't think about it. Just record the video and post it. And then you can't go back and don't go look at it, because of course you're going to find everything wrong with it. And here's the reality for everybody on the call. When you start putting video out, because most of us don't do it because we're afraid people are going to judge us, I'm going to help you with that. Yes, people are going to judge you. And so what? Because if you get an extra listing this month because you talked about how to price a home properly so it sells quickly, or you get an additional buyer, pre-qualified buyer, because you talk about the qualification process, what does it matter that internet troll thinks that you mispronounced a word or your hair just ain't on fleek today? It doesn't freaking matter. Put yourself out there and you will be amazed at how the universe rewards you for the effort. Sorry, Willis, it's all on you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take over.
Oh, no, I appreciate that. That's great. It gives me time to drink some water. So that's awesome. Another thing too is that when I started posting my real estate videos, they're doing really good. But one day, just for fun, I was like, maybe I'll just post a bloopers and just a quick little minute and show people the behind the scenes action, besides what's made for them, where they're not supposed to see. I've got more reaction of my bloopers than I got my actual videos. Like, people love watching people just be humans and not be perfect and mess up. So it happens. It happens all the time. But yeah, even my cousin sent me a message. She's like, "Oh man, you should only be posting your bloopers." I was like, "Oh, come on, man. Well, I'm trying to help everybody out. So help me out a little bit, all right?" People love the imperfections, just to humanize everything. One thing that I would say too is I posted my first couple videos I posted, but you really don't have to post your first few videos. If you want, you can use those as practice, but it is good to at least get it out there, because some people actually enjoy watching you become better at it too. I had friends that were like, "Hey, I can tell you're doing a much better job." At first it was very cringeworthy, and if you feel uncomfortable on camera, the viewer is going to feel 10 times more uncomfortable than you just watching you be uncomfortable on camera. Nobody really wants to see that, but it happens. It was very uncomfortable for me when I first started. And if I never started doing video, I can guarantee you right now I would not be able to sit here in this chair and talk to everybody for 45 minutes about making videos. I would be way too nervous to even attempt to do something like this. That's just the reality of it. So you can do it. You can film yourself twice a day for a week or two. Literally just do that and watch each video over. Take out the good, but also realize, what can you improve on? I'm not gonna call it bad, but just the improvements, and just work at your craft from there. So it's like doing anything, that way you can get much better at it, and you can get much better more quickly at it too. Another thing too is find a partner as well. Find somebody that can keep you accountable. Now, when I say find a partner, I mean find a good friend who's really going to keep you accountable. Don't get somebody who's going to be like, "Oh yeah, your video is good, great stuff." I couldn't have my mom be my partner because she thinks all my videos are the greatest things in the world. I would not be better at all. I had to have my good buddy be my partner, and he doesn't end up being in the video, but I'll just send it to him and be like, "All right, how was this one?" And they'll critique you, but they'll make you better. When I first started, I sent a video to my buddy Dominic, my old roommate, and I was like, "Hey man, how's this food video?" I think it was my third one. I was eating chicken wings or something. He's like, "Well, honestly, it was decent. You looked at the camera, which is good, but you didn't really say anything besides what mild sauce is, and that's basically about it. And to be completely honest with you, I don't know why I would want to come back and watch your next video. I'm like, dang, dude. All right, well, I got right to the core of me. Get my living nicer. But I took it in. I was like, well, he's right. He's like, why would somebody want to come back and watch my video again? I didn't really say anything at all about the restaurant, about the food, about anything. It was quite embarrassing, but I still posted it and still got the views. And I still have my mom, my grandma, and my aunts and everybody. Oh, great job, Michael. You did such a good job. Wonderful, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't have any, it had no weight, no substance to that. That was just them being nice because they liked seeing me on camera. And that was it. So find somebody who can really help you out, really critique you. Because once I posted a video and Dominic reached out to me randomly and was like, hey, great job in your last video. You did a really good job. I can see the improvement. I was like, oh, well, look at that. Appreciate that. That one felt way more better than having my grandma say great job to me. So that's a big one. It'll keep you accountable. One thing I want to get into is hold on one second, let me read this comment. Do you find it okay to post videos, different settings, environments like car, gym? Yeah, for sure. So pay attention to your background and what you have in it, because if you have clutter or distracting things, people are going to be distracted from you. You can post in different areas. Like when I do my food reviews, I'd either do it at my house, or I would do it at the restaurant itself. So you can go out to different areas to post it. Some of a lot of my real estate videos I'm outside in those. So you can definitely do them in completely different areas. I mean, if you're gonna do it at the gym, I would probably suggest that you do like more of a gym related video, just because that's kind of like the background and the setting that you set for the video. And if you do in your car, I would see, I haven't really filmed from the inside of my car at all. You just want to make sure you're not like going down the highway and it's loud and you have a big semi coming past you, because you want to make sure somebody can hear you. So being heard is very important, of course. And I would just, like I say, I would not try to have a lot of moving parts behind you, because you want to make sure the focus is on you. You want to make sure people are going to be able to take in the information that you're trying to give them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does for sure.
Okay, cool. Some benefits too. I'll wrap this up. So some benefits that I found from doing video is it can increase the size of your brand as well, because it can make that more of a connection out with people and give you a personality, like I said earlier in the very beginning, rather than have people just look at a picture of you. Now they have what you sound like, they have your personality behind it. They can tell if you're very serious, uptight. They can tell if you're kind of dorky and goofy. They can kind of figure you out. You might remind them of somebody. Like I might remind you of your brother or somebody that you went to school with or whatever. And you can form that bond with them over video rather than just posting a picture of you going. That doesn't really go too far. Helps it with your communication too. Like I said, I talk fast. I'm a quick talker. So I acknowledge it a little bit more because I watched myself on video so many times, and I'm like, man, enunciate, separate your words, slow down, dude. Like, where's the race here? So it helps you acknowledge what you need to work on for your speech, because we can all work on our speech a little bit more. And being in real estate business and being in sales, that's what it is. You're going to be talking a lot, and you're going to want people to be able to understand you. So work on your speech big time. Helps us with helps with self-confidence when speaking too. So if you're ever, if you find yourself like a networking group or whatever, and you're kind of like quiet, kind of shy, doing this too will bring you more confidence. Another one is public speaking in front of groups. Like I said earlier, we have 12 people on this call. There's no way I would have been able to sit through here and talk to you guys like I am right now if I didn't start doing this. Absolutely not. I would have been shaking the entire time. I would have looked scared. I would have been stuttering, and it would have been an absolute disaster. And I would turn off the record button as soon as we started. So public speaking helps you greatly. Another one too is that it keeps you creative, because I always feel like you need 3 hobbies in your life. I'm sure you guys heard this before. One that can keep you creative, one that can keep you fit, exercise. Also, if you can find one that makes you a little bit more money, that's great too. So it keeps your creative skills up. You don't want to, like I say, you don't want to spend too much time your entire day. You want to prioritize it, but you also want to spend time to keep it. You know, what can I do next? How can I improve myself? Oh, should I add this? Should I not do this? What do you need to do to make it a little bit better and to take you to that next step, then the next step, and then the one after that? Then also the last one is you're more likely to be relatable with people as well. And I did preach on that one several times through this video. Like, so you will have your personality out there, and people will be able to maybe even recognize you too as well. And you'll be known as that video person. I feel like that's what I am at the Bold office. I feel like I am Willis, the realtor / video guy. So that's kind of the title I took on. So that's a little rundown of to getting started with videos, getting started with making videos, some tips that, you know, they can help you out greatly that I wish I had, that I wish I knew when I first started. And like I said, you're not going to be perfect at it. No one will ever be perfect at it. Definitely when you do it, you're going to want to commit to it at least 6 months to a year if you do it. Don't just do it for 3 weeks and say, okay, well, that was good. I had a good run at it and I'm done. Because eventually you're going to want to plant that seed too. So that way in the future, if someone does see you, if someone wants you on a live, on a Facebook Live or a Instagram Live, you'll be ready to go. You'll be a veteran at it and you can attack it. So I'll leave the board open for questions. Do you have any questions for me that you had during the class that I can help you out with?
Me, I got some more questions. I got a lot of questions.
What's up?
Okay, so number one, like, is there, when you post your videos, do you like, I know you said you kind of plan it out. Is there such thing as not enough videos that you're posting, or too much? Like, okay, I post 1 video a day, or 2 videos a week, or 3 videos a day. Like, what would you consider too much or not enough videos? I mean, I understand like stories and little reels if you know, see a house for sale or something like that, but actual videos, is there too much or not enough videos being posted?
So what I do personally, I do a couple a week and that's it. I don't want to bombard anybody with, I don't want to be annoying. That's my biggest thing. I don't want to turn somebody off where they're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna skip past this person, because I follow the people on my Instagram, on my Facebook, who are like the fitness people, who are doing the dieting, or even like the makeup and the hair product stuff. And they're literally posting 10 things a day. And it's like, all right, I got it. Message received. I've heard enough. I didn't subscribe to your magazine. Like, all right, we get it. So you want to flirt with that fine line of being persistent, getting your name out there, but you don't want to cross a line where you're annoying. So, I mean, I probably want to post anything, me personally, I want to post anything more than once a day, one video a day. But I mean, it's just how you'll notice your reaction too. You'll notice who's catching on. So if you're posting every single day, it kind of I feel like it loses value almost, because it happens every single day. Rather than doing it once or twice a week, it's like, oh, cool, hey, he made another video. Oh, we got another one. So it doesn't happen every single day. What other question do you have? If that one helps.
Yeah, that one helps. And when it comes to content, like I say, Edric posts a lot of videos, and I haven't seen any of your videos. And then people like Travis Everett, like I follow him on social media. Like, when you guys post your content, like, or is it okay? Because like I said, when I see Edric's videos, he can be posting a video about downtown Fayetteville. he can be posting a video about lunches, or then he can be posting a video about real estate. Do you find it when you post videos that, are not solely stuck on one thing, like sellers or buyers, it's kind of like a broad range of content when it comes to real estate or even like normal everyday life? Do you find you seem to capture more people, and your audience kind of grows bigger and you get people will always kind of tap into your videos?
So what I've been doing when I do my real estate videos is I try to stick to a subject, and I'll say my highest rated video I've ever had on YouTube by far is a video I made about the pros and cons of dual agency. Because I feel like with that, you're hammering down on one specific topic. You might be more likely to have somebody share that information with somebody that they might find, which is, beneficial for them. It does get to the point. Now you could probably post like videos of, would you do this all like in one video? Would you post like real estate stuff and then talk about your lunch? Would you do it all in one, or do a
Like
couple
if you post, no, if I like post a video, say today, and today I could be, my video, my 1 minute clip can be about, buyers or FHA loans or something like that. And then I post a video in 2 days, and that video could be about like MLSs or things like that. Like just a variety of things, not in one video, but just different videos. Like they're all not solely like stuck on one thing. Cause I feel like, wouldn't that get kind of boring if you just, hi guys, I'm talking about selling, like pretty much saying the same stuff over and over again, just in the different ways.
I completely, I got what you're saying. That really comes, I would say that comes with, hold on.
Let me jump in on that.
Yeah, let me think about this real quick while you jump in.
Yeah. So Victoria, do you need to buy a house right now? Are you interested in buying a house right now?
No.
Okay. Are you interested in selling a house right now?
Yes.
Your house?
No.
Okay. So let me back up. You're not a real estate agent right now. Okay.
Okay.
So, but you own a home, correct?
Yes.
And you're neither interested in purchasing a home or selling a home at this very moment, correct?
Correct.
So if I'm publishing video content that all I talk about is real estate, you're less apt to follow me and stay a follower of me, because all that I'm talking about is real estate and you're not interested in real estate right now. But if today if I publish a video about the top 10 things you can do to sell your home quicker, well, you may not be interested in that. But tomorrow, when I go to, I don't know, Twisted Grape and have a Tito's and soda on bingo night, music bingo night, is that something you're interested in?
Yes.
Right. So you're going to stay engaged from that video. So I become sticky, and that's the point. And then the next day, I take my kids out on a boat and I put some video of that, or I post something about that. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to become a 3D individual, because we as humans are 3D. If all I do is try to attract someone through one perspective, then I lose your attention. So when you are interested in doing real estate business, you're no longer following me, because I've overwhelmed you with real estate at a time in your life where you weren't interested in real estate. So to answer your question, the best thing for you to do is to present as many branches of your life as you can, in the best light that you can, and not perfect light, but the best light you can, so that people realize that you're a 3D person. You're not just a figurehead in front of a screen and you're a perfectionist about real estate. Anybody you know is only going to sell and buy a few homes in a lifetime. They don't need to see anything about real estate every single day.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah. And definitely don't post more than once a day. And by post, I mean, don't put anything in your thread more than once a day, because you're actually going to lose followers and lose likes, because people are going to get annoyed by it. Do once a day. If you want to do anything more than that, just post it in a story. That's my recommendation. And Willis, I'm going to take it back over, because I know we've hit our hour and we don't want to take people's time. Are there any closing remarks you wanted to make?
I do appreciate everybody showing up today, and I hope that you guys made a lot of notes and this is beneficial from you, and you can at least walk away with some information. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out. My phone number is 989-327-8255. 6257. Feel free to text me or call me, and I'll love to help you out anytime you need some. Enjoy your
Thanks,
day.
Willis. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely got something out of it. I mean, and I've been doing video for a while, and I got some nuggets out of there that I can implement to be more consistent with my video and not to put too much thought into it. Now, the last thing that I want to say before I let all of you go is that, it's easy to jump onto these sessions and, listen, and then it's very seldom that we typically implement things. And I know when it comes to video, a lot of us on this call may have the same struggles of, I'm just not ready to do that. So here's what my challenge is to you in order to plug in and make the most out of what you've learned today. And that would be to create an audience of one, like Willis said. And here's a great and easy way to do it. When you guys are looking on Facebook and you see the 3 or 4 people that have a birthday today, instead of commenting on their page, happy birthday, Willis, just like the other 250 people that are doing the same thing, especially if it's a past client, why not make a video with your phone? Here we go. Here's a rehearsal right here. Hey, Willis, it's Edric here. Just wanted to send you a video and wish you a happy birthday. It's been a while since we spoke. I hope you enjoy it. And if you're going out tonight for dinner and drinks, make sure you get one on me, and hopefully we can catch up soon. Enjoy the rest of your birthday. Take care. And hit send. Send it direct message through their social media, whether that's whether you're messaging them on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Not on their thread, not where everybody else is saying. It's a direct message to them. If you have their phone number, what's better is just to text them that video and keep it less than 15 seconds so that the file will transfer and it not kick back. And that's just going to help you become better. Yeah, that's a good comment, Neil. Sing happy birthday to them. I don't have a singing bone in my body, so I'm just going to talk to them. But yeah, definitely send that. And what you're doing is you're, first of all, keeping yourself from having to have that long, awkward conversation on the phone. You're not getting lost in all the happy birthday messages on their Facebook, and you're directly connecting with them. It'll go a long way, and it's going to make you better at presenting yourself on camera without the fear of judgment from an audience of all the strangers out there in the world if I post a video. And then as you get more comfortable with it, start putting some videos out there. So that's all I wanted to say. Again, thank you guys for joining. We recorded this. I'll share it as soon as it's ready in the Freedom Builders group. And please, if you see it, tag your friends that may have missed the session if you think it could benefit them. And until the next session, keep selling, happy selling, and we'll see you next time. And Willis, I think you have to end it because you're still host.
Yes, sir. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day, and enjoy the rest of your week now.